E aí, tudo bom? Zero 11 and 30 degrees. 511 H Bravo. We have 7,600.
Disable.
VR mode enabled. Let's go. You guys here and you guys over here. Let's go. 1, 2, this one. Pci external power.
Tô tirando a fonte. Posso tirar o ar-condicionado?
Positivo.
Tranquilo. Te aviso quando terminar o cheque de segurança.
101. This one is the KNH. Constraint. This one calibrated. 0. Number 2. Let's just select this one. This one here. This one here. Okay, everything already check it here inside. (72, 50%). We are on the target. Let's go. 2, 3. Let's just put this guy again here. So we have constraint flying nice, and first restriction will be 340 deployed to final flight level. Constraint arc 10. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
We have 7,700 ballast.
Seat belts
On.
ADIRS.
Nav.
Burrow reference
QNH 1010.
QNH 1018. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. (4013) ready to copy. 4013 ready to copy. Say altimeter. Let's just change the radios. I forgot. Radio 1 to Boa Vista operation. (4013) ready to copy. Say altimeter.
Azul 4013 QNH is 1011 at Atlas Brazil Cantanhede International.
4013 request. E boa noite, tudo bom?
4013 this
Fala,
is Boa
Valmir.
Vista ground
Já já,
on
mas
122.5
10 minutos a gente
please
tá voando aqui
repeat
já.
your request.
Só fazer as burocracias, né? 4013 ready to copy.
4013 is cleared to Sierra Bravo Echo Golf. Fly the Ingo 1 Alpha departure with the Ambix transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 08. Climb to flight level 09 or 0 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Approach on 120.1. Squawk 3250.
3250. So ASUS 4013, we are clear to Manaus for level 340 departure runway 1808 and NOX 1 Alpha with our room after departure 120.1 squawk 3250.
Azul 4013 readback correct. QNH is 1011 let us know when you're ready for pushback.
1011, we're calling for pushback. Briefing. So the threats that we have key Boa Vista, that is general aviation and terrain safety. We're gonna take off on the departure. This one, unknown 1 Alpha with Ambix intersection. The MSA is 4,000 and the MORA will be 4,900 in this sector. The extra fuel and time that we have for alternate Porto Velho is 1.6, it's 47 minutes. the hotspots that we have for this departure today. No hotspots, we're gonna taxi via Charlie and now for runway 08. We're gonna taxi single engine and we are on a gauge through tail for left for our departure here. In case of any kind of failure, we're gonna continue our climb on the departure and then we return to Gammix on the ILS uniform for runway 16. If we need to return, we are under the maximum landing weight, so we can return immediately. That's it. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard flight 4013 destination Manaus. Our estimated time of flight today is 1 hour, and as soon as we start our descent, I'm gonna update you with the time of arrival and also the weather in the destination. Thank you for your attention, relax and enjoy your flight. Tripulação, cheque de portas. Tec na escuta. Tec na escuta. Tec na escuta. Back na escuta. Bueno.
Portas checadas. Aeronave ok.
Valeu.
Bom voo. Até já.
Tec na escuta. Tec na escuta. Tec na escuta.
Opa, na escuta. Cheque de
dormindo?
segurança efetuado. Portas e porões fechados. Trator e barra conectados.
Vou pedir puxa aqui, tchau.
Beleza, na sua escuta.
4013, request pushback.
4013 pushback approved.
Pushback approved. 4013. Before start checklist. Before start checklist.
ATC.
Auto.
Parking brake.
Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1. 139, 139, 142, flex 65.
V1, 147 VR, 147 V2, 148 flex, 56, windows.
Closed.
Closed, beacon.
On.
Before start checklist complete.
Tá aqui, push autorizado, acionamento do motor 2 em 1. Clear to push.
Iniciando o push. Te aviso quando a área do motor estiver livre.
Affirmative. Brake released.
Tripulação, cheque de portas.
Motor 1 livre.
This is an FSS? No, this is a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. A gente está saindo de Boa Vista, Valmir, para
N1 girando.
Boa Vista para Manaus. Roger, starting engine 1. Starting engine 1. Is on the description of the LiveATC
Atenção aos
maker.
procedimentos de
The Flight
segurança que
Simulator
serão
2024.
demonstrados a seguir.
Check.
Olá, eu sou a Ana Paula, em nome do comandante
Aplicar
Josh e
parking
do
brake.
primeiro oficial Tadeu Primo, dou as boas-vindas a bordo para
Parking
esse voo em
brake
parceria com a United.
set.
A parte... Os eletroicos devem estar
Removendo
em
trator
modo
e barra.
avião. Por favor, afivelem o cinto de segurança, coloquem o encosto da poltrona na posição vertical, travem a mesa e aí grandes equipamentos e os eletroicos devem ser guardados. Por motivos de segurança, as teomadas serão desligadas para a
Check.
decolagem. Por favor, pedimos que
Aqui,
desconectem os carregadores
partida
e
normal.
equipamentem
Vai
os
ser single lane.
eletroicos.
Obrigado pela força mais uma vez.
Para
Nos vemos
revelar
daqui a
seu
pouco.
cinto de segurança, encaixe as extremidades e
Até
ajuste
a
o
próxima.
botão da
Bom
TI.
voo pra vocês.
Para soltá-lo, leva-te a face externa da F-vela.
Bye.
Luzes sinalizadoras em
Check.
piso e N-tel indicarão o caminho para as 10
4013,
saídas de emergência,
request
estão
taxi.
acima cruzadas. Duas portas de cada lado da aeronave e 4 janelas
4013
sobradas.
taxi to runway
Localize a saída mais
08,
próxima,
hold short
lembrando que ela
runway
poderá estar atrás de
08.
você.
Taxi
Se
runway
for
08,
necessário uma
short
evacuação de
note.
emergência, deixe para o
4013.
rastreado dos seus pertences. Em caso de
Brakes released.
despressurização, máscaras para oxigênio e
Clear
operam
right
para
side.
acima de seu assento
Clear
e
left
imediatamente
side.
puxe a máscara para liberar o
Let's
fluxo
go.
de oxigênio. Coloque a máscara sobre a boca e o nariz e FIA com a teira elástica. Somente preste auxílio após ter fixado a sua. Lembre-se de remover a máscara de proteção antes de usar a máscara de... de seu assento, vista e ajuste-o conforme demonstrado. Para enlar o colete, puxe os comandos vermelhos ou sopre pelos tubos. Somente em F lê o colete ao abandonar a
Clear right
aeronave.
side.
Essas e outras informações importantes estão em um cartão com instruções de segurança e no bolso da poltrona à sua frente. Kits de sobrevivência estão disponíveis na aeronave. É importante que você leia o cartão de segurança antes da decolagem. Em caso de emergência, siga rigorosamente todas as instruções dos tripulantes. Reduziremos as luzes da cabine para a decolagem. Se necessário, utilize a sua luz de leitura. Obrigado.
Então, Vamber, respondi aí. Inclusive, geralmente eu coloco no começo da live aí. Dá uma olhadinha. É de Boa Vista para Manaus. Start Engine 2. Na descrição da live não aparece para você aí o nome da live? Start Engine 2. Oh, forgot to remove. Start Engine 2. After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
We have 29.3.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist complete.
Flight controls check.
Yet. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
I forgot the signs. He always forgot something. Hey, fly high.
Tripulação em seus assentos.
Oi, Ana.
Cabine ok. Bom voo.
Bom voo. Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flaps settings.
Fig 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and out.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Take off. No blue.
Taxi checklist complete.
Azul 4013 contact tower on 118.1. Enjoy your evening.
118.1 for Azul. 4013. Clear right side.
Clear left side.
Approach path clear of traffic. Runway 13. 4013 ready for takeoff.
4013 cleared for takeoff. Runway 08.
Clear for takeoff, runway 08. Cabin crew prepare for departure. Line up checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 08.
Runway 18, TCAS,
The array
Pack 1 and 2.
off,
Departure change.
not applicable.
Lineup checklist complete.
Coordenação Porto Velho. Avenida Cola Pista 08, Azul 4013. Clear right side.
Clear left side.
Let's go. Departure procedure. Okay, 50%. Warm-up time completed. Take off.
Yep.
Monoplex 65, SRS runway, unadjustable.
Checked. Thrust set. Knots.
Check it.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Nav.
Checked.
Autopilot 2.
Checked.
Trust climb better trust.
Checked.
Azul 4013, contact Boa Vista Control on 120.1. Have a nice day.
120.1, Azul 4013. Have a nice day. Boa Vista, good evening. Azul 4013.
Azul 4013.
Flaps 0.
Good evening.
Speed checked.
Radar contact.
Flaps 0.
This is a flight that we do here in northeast of Brazil. Sorry, on north of Brazil. From Boa Vista to Manaus, on the north of Brazil.
Azul 4013, climb to flight level 190.
Flight level 190. 4013. 190.
Azul 4013, contact Manaus Center on 124.4.
Set standard.
Good evening.
Standard cross checked. Passing flight level 04.
124.4. Have a nice day.
Now.
Você já sabe, mas não custa lembrar.
Manaus.
É proibido
Good
fumar a
evening.
bordo.
Azul
Durante o
4013,
voo,
passing
nem tenha
6000.
seu cinteiro afivelado,
Azul
mesmo se o
4013,
aviso luminoso estiver apagado. Em instantes iniciaremos NOS serviço de bordo.
Amy, English please, if you can. Seatbelts on. 100.
Tripulação, 10.000 pés.
Clear radio name.
Clear.
Copy second flight plan.
Copy.
Progress. Flight level 350 is the optimum and 375 is the maximum.
Let's go to 340 today. Over 10,000 feet, lights on. I download the OpenXR toolkit, but it's not opening in VR. Any idea? Jason, do you need to use a version, specific version? I have a video in the description here telling that I'm using the version 1.3.8. That is a mod that we have nowadays. It's a updated version that a guy that have a YouTube channel is making this mod for the OpenXR toolkit. So I have a video in the description of this live stream that is called VR Bible. There I teach you everything that I know about VR in a video of 40 minutes, and there we have the link for the description of this website, this YouTube channel from a guy that is making this mod for Flight Simulator 2020, 24, and explain. Him fighter. For a moment I thought this was real. Yeah, Flight Simulator 2024 is really getting really good nowadays, my friend, especially here in virtual reality. So we are continuing climbing. The first fix is Ambix. We are crossing 7,793 in fuel consumption, exactly 800, and we estimated with 5478 we are with 1,000 more of fuel reserve. We are really great now. I lost the last transmission. 4013, say again.
Azul 4013, climb to flight level 290.
290, 4013. We will comply. Let's check the weather. Aviação Flight Radar. E aí, meu, como é que tá? Então, Valmer, hoje essa rota é mini curta, né? É 1 hora de voo no máximo. Então a gente não sobe muito nessa rota realmente. Let's see the weather on the destination. Manaus. We have now thunderstorm in the vicinity of the aerodrome, 27, 012. There we're gonna use flap 3, auto brake low, 03084, performance next. Knots. $27. With 10012. The approach, and let's see the weight that we are arriving there, 58, 63.4.
Checked.
We are heavy today. 2,330 meters to use auto brake low and flap 3 because we are leaving on the last taxiway. So we have no issues to land there and stop on the last one. We will use the whole runway from runway 11 to Bravo. And the procedure that we're gonna use is this one here. ILS Whiskey. We are descending to 535. It's 535. Only German and Turkish, Emily. Unfortunately, I only know Portuguese and English, so... É que tem bastante gente em inglês aqui na galera também, entendeu? Quando a pessoa pergunta em inglês, a gente responde em inglês. Inglês de Bel Santana. Let's just get off the VR a few minutes, and then we're gonna back in a few seconds.
Enable.
Azul 401 free climb to flight level 370.
370, but we are going to 340
as final flight level.
Huawei food.
Afirmativo. A gente voa 99% do tempo com piloto automático. Só decola, piloto automático. Na hora do pouso também é só na hora da curta final ali a gente vai e desliga o piloto automático e pousa na mão.
Azul 401 free expect the Central 1 Alpha arrival with the ARBM transition with vectors for the ILS Whiskey approach to runway 11 at Eduardo Gomes International.
Here to whatever reason we gonna use the last whiskey runway 11.
Azul 401 free climb to flight level 370 turn right heading 190 vectors to the ILS Whiskey approach for runway 11 at Eduardo Gomes International descend and maintain 4,000 feet QNH is 1011.
4,000, 1011 for ILS Whiskey, runway 11. Manaus. Flight Simulator 2024. 2024. Eu vi o Valmir. Eu vi que ela mandou aqui a mensagem. Algumas palavrinhas eu até conheço de alemão, aí eu vi que ela mandou que ela tava saindo, né? No, this is Flight Simulator 2024, not RFS.
Who the fuck is calling me again? We have pizza on the door.
Azal 4013 turn right heading 200.
$1,000 to go.
Checked.
Mark out cruise. Mark out cruise. Mark out cruise. Ignorando hoje. Five, 10, 15 minutes for descent. Mais 15 minutos a gente já começa our descent. Auto brake will be low. The flaps 3 and flaps 3 here. Outside the plane, no problem. Let's go. It's because it's completely dark outside, so what you're gonna see here? Almost nothing. If you wanna see the Milky Way, there it is. Two things. Here, this part of Brazil is completely darkness outside because there's only the rainforest below us, so we almost see nothing here outside. You can see that we don't have any kind of cities, nothing around, only the rainforest, nothing more. I will show you in the map where we are. It's a little bit of the sunset that we are seeing there on the background, but it's only one thing that we can see here. I will show you where we are flying right now, and you will understand why we don't have anything around here. You can see PMV official. We are now flying over the absolutely rainforest here in Brazil. We are here right now, so look at that. We have nothing around. This is only the rainforest here in Amazonas and in Roraima. It's absolutely no cities around. So that's why let's go back inside the airplane. Pizza. Yeah, that's the first time that I see some people with Spanish talking Spanish here. We only speak Portuguese or English. You can choose, William.
Azul 4013, turn right heading 225.
No, we are not approaching the atmosphere. We are flying. I will see here. We are flying at 34,000 feet. This is about 10,306 meters. Not that high. We are descending in 15 minutes. Ten minutes now. In 10 minutes we will start our descent. Why are you calling me? What was the last message? Indonesia. I'm from Brazil. I'm a real pilot here flying in Brazil, so that's why we are flying in the simulator here in Brazil too. Indonesia is a place that I would like to visit because I have a lot of opportunities to fly to your country, so probably maybe on the next vacation to visit your Vantage Purabuti, Crazy Simmer Love from Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is a place that I really want to work there. There's a lot of opportunities to fly in the Middle East, so probably in the future, in the next 4 or 5 years, maybe fly a little bit there on Abu Dhabi. But there's a major thing that makes me to want to fly there in the Abu Dhabi or the Middle East. Is the possibility to have good cars that we are not allowed to have here in Brazil, like Porsches and BMWs, M3, M4s, and M5s. It's almost impossible to have here in Brazil, so that's why I probably in the future would like to be there in those countries to make sure that we are able to use this kind of cars that we are not able to buy here in Brazil. ASUS. Undergrad in the process of getting my interest into Etihad or ARZOPA. Nice to know, brother. Nice to know. And I'm sending you the best wishes to make sure that you are able to get this process and be really good in this process. I know that to be there and to work in these companies, you need to have a really good English. In that, this is not my case. My English is so basic, so it's impossible to get in these companies without a really good English. Yeah, I'm a first officer here in Brazil. I was a captain a few years ago, flying the Cessna Caravan, the single-engine turboprop airplane. But nowadays I'm a first officer in the Airbus because I get upgraded from the Cessna Caravan to the Airbus. So in the Airbus I will need to be here at least 2 to 3 years until migrate to a captain. João Gamer, e aí, tudo bem? Muhammad, Amir, where are you going? We are flying here in north of Brazil. We are flying over the rainforest today. As you can see here in this map, let me show you. We are now here. Can you imagine flying over the rainforest? We have nothing but trees behind us and below us. Nothing. No cities, no lights, nothing below us. My flight training was all here in Brazil. Everything that I did for my initial flights was done here in Brazil. Fazendo voo no Galeão de Rio de Janeiro até o aeroporto de Charles de Gaulle, Paris, 177-747. Então, Valmir, eu uso o simulador aqui com o seguinte quesito, né? Eu vou Airbus real. Geralmente eu faço os meus voos aqui no simulador baseado nos voos que eu faço na realidade. Então, eu não conheço nada de 737, não conheço quase nada de 747. Tanto que o único avião que eu tenho instalado aqui no meu simulador é o Airbus. Só o Airbus mesmo. Well, let's get back in VR and let's start our descent.
Disable.
Just a second, guys, just to start our VR session here. Just a minute, and we are good to go. Let's and we are back to the real cockpit. There's nothing like VR. The feeling that you are really there inside the aircraft. Vanish, do you aim to fly the wide bodies someday? The 350, 380? Probably enough. Probably in 5, 6 years, not nowadays, because I will probably be upgraded to captain in the Airbus in at least 3 or 4 years. So I would like to be at least captain here first, and then try to think about the A320, A350, A380. Not now. Not now. I will enjoy a little bit more here the Airbus in Brazil. Yeah, I fly in VR. Peixe infinito. Deve ter estudado esses anos, sou teu fã, te sigo desde a época que você voava Gran Caravan real. Pois é, aqui no simulador a gente faz a mesma coisa, né? Caravan ou Airbus, a gente sempre voa o avião que a gente está voando real no momento. Acho que é mais legal assim, né? Pelo menos você traz conhecimento real do que você faz no dia a dia para dentro do simulador, é importante isso. Well, let's talk about our briefing to arrive there in the Manaus. So here in Manaus airport we have obstacles, general aviation and birds. The arrival that we are doing, we are flying direct to Mapmo, that is the ILS initial fix for the ILS runway 11. So we are descending to 4,000 initially. The minimum descent altitude for this approach is 535 meters, 535, and our go around procedure will be climb to 4,000, and after 2,000 we are clear to fly direct to Dagchi and then start a hold. Let's make sure that everything is set here on the procedure. So we're gonna climb to 2,000 and then Dagchi for 4,000. Continue for the approach in this case. Our extra fuel and time to land there with alternate is Porto Velho. We have a lot of fuel today. We have 2.2 tons 1 hour and 7 minutes to the alternating. So the guidance for approach will be ILS. We're gonna use autopilot 4+2. Landing flaps will be landing flaps with flaps 3. Stopper margin will be 225 meters. Use either reverse, auto brake low, and we are planning to leave the runway on Bravo. We have no hotspots after landing there. We are gonna use the whole runway, and then the last taxiway is be the one that we're gonna use to leave the runway there. No special operation, nothing to be different from what we do every day. As you know, guys, you are the safety pilots that are sitting here on this jump seat. So if you have anything to say about the safety of this airplane in the operation, you are free to tell them on the chat. You need help with this quest controllers thing. Do they have given up control 130 knobs? Vanish, you need to use I have a video here in the description of this live stream talking about my VR controllers. You need to change some things. For example, to turn the knobs using your wrist, it's almost impossible to use this way. So that's why I changed it. Everything that I do in the quest, I use these buttons here, A, Alpha Bravo, and X-Ray and Y. Why I do that? Because you can granular change things using these buttons with almost 100% precision. You never miss a single click using the configuration that I did in this setup. If you want to see what I do, you can see here in my video description. Everything is here on the live stream. João Pessoa to São Gonçalo Peival. Isso aí, Ranzinho. Muito bueno. Tem algum controle online nesse horário ou não? And constraints, let's see flight plan, and we have those constraints here on Papa Coffee, and let's just make sure that we are gonna cross Mapo at 4,000. 4,000. That's it, and confirm.
Confirm.
Confirm, and that's it. We are good to go. Pretty much you will check that video for sure. Very nice to see this flight. Carlos, welcome to the stream, brother. Yeah, you can check it out because everything that I do here in the simulator, I would like to do with my controllers. Why I do that? Because using VR is the closest way that we have to use the simulator as we do in the real life. For example, if I need, in an emergency situation, for example, I need to open this fire push button. the same distance that we have to access this button is exactly like in the real life here in VR. So that's why it's almost the most important thing that I have here in VR is to have the possibility to use your hands to make all the duties inside the cockpit. That's why I think I would never get back to the monitors, because we don't have mouses to use in the side cockpit. For example, to down this landing gear, for example, in the multi-crew environment, I will never put my hand here in this lever and get the gear down. I will ask for the first to the command one or my captain. I will ask them gear down, and then he will make the lever gear down with a voice command. I will ask him to down my gear. So that's why it's almost so important to have also something to use as voice commands. For example, in this case here in my computer, I use VoiceAttack. The VoiceAttack is the responsible to make every command that I make this requests here inside the cockpit, exactly like in real life. Yeah, Carlos, it looked like a game, but I think it's real life, real flight. Yeah, it's almost, to be fair, in VR, we are really close to what we do in real life inside the cockpit, because we have all the dimensions inside the cockpit, the procedures that we use to fly here in the side. What else? My joysticks are exactly in the same position as the real throttle and the real side stick, so it's almost the same position that I sit here to fly in the aircraft, the same distance that we need to reach the buttons here on the overhead panel is exactly like it in the real life. No, I don't use FS2 Crew because FS2 Crew is a little basic. It's the standard procedures that FS2 Crew use is the Airbus standard procedures. I'm using here the VoiceAttack. I created my own profile with the standard procedures that we use here in the company that I fly for here in Brazil. So FS2 Crew is not that good for me, for example. But obviously that you can use FS2 Crew because there's a concept that people do with flying the Airbus or flying the 737 here in the flight simulator. Man, it's impossible to fly this kind of aircrafts with only one person. You need to have something to do the multi-crew environment. FS2 Crew is completely essential, but FS2 Crew is a little bit limited. You need to know that you will not have the same procedures that your company do here inside the simulator using FS2 Crew. If you need to go further, doing things in your language, doing things that are particularly completed with your company, you need to have something customized. That's why I use VoiceAttack here. Seven, 8 years on a monitor and got a Quest 3 maybe like 3 months ago and never moved out of VR for simming. It's a whole different thing. Yeah, that's one thing that I always mention. In VR, you have the stereoscopic vision that have you the depth perception. You know how distance you are, how high you are during a flare in this aircraft, for example. Only looking outside, because we have the vision from both eyes. Your brain knows how high you are from the runway. So to flare the airplane, you don't need to rely on the radio altimeter. you only by looking outside, you know how long you need to start your flare, where you're gonna start your put your power to land. So I don't know, but this is impossible to know, to judge in the monitors. It's only when you are using VR that you get this kind of feeling. And the most important thing, everything that you do here in VR, you can do in real life because it's exactly the same. Your vision with your both eyes, so you have the depth perception. Everything that you do here will apply in real life. VoiceAttack is paid, but I'm using a pirate version. I'm not paying for this VoiceAttack version. Let's get the ages. 12765, 12765.
Eduardo Gomez International Information Foxtrot, 230 Zulu winds are 046 at 4 knots. Visibility 6 miles. 3,000 few clouds. 3,500 few clouds. Temperature 27, dew point 23. Current QNH is 1012. Arriving and departing runway 11.
Okay, the ages is the same. We have few clouds around the airport, nothing too serious. Let's shut down this light here and continue our approach. No táxi eu sempre simulo com o cronômetro na vida real, porque vocês fazem isso na vida. O cronômetro é para avisar você que, por exemplo, depois do pouso você tem que desligar os motores só depois de 3 minutos. Existe um tempo de cooldown que a gente fala, né? A gente precisa os motores esfriarem para eles pararem com a dilatação, voltarem para a temperatura normal, e aí sim você pode desligar o motor. Então, antes de desligar qualquer motor, você precisa desses 3 minutos. É por isso que a gente dispara o cronômetro após o pouso, entendeu? Just remember the inspiration why I got the Quest 3 was you. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Passing 100.
Tripulação, 10.000 pés.
We have constraint here. We have landing system on your side. We have terrain on your side. Progress primary high and below here. A coordenação em Manaus, azul 40 no 3, passando 10.000 pés, seguindo para o IDS Whisky da pista 1 no 1. Vai informar quando estiver iniciando o procedimento. Está no setor norte, azul 40 no 3. Set QNH.
QNH cross-checked, passing 9,200. Now.
Check it. And we are almost there. We are landing in about 9 minutes. Manaus, Eduardo Gomes International Airport. ARZOPA information, Foxtrot. Galinha do Rio de Janeiro até Charles de Gaulle em Paris. Cara, não dá, Valmir. Não existe voo que a gente faça. Eu voo Airbus, mas eu vou Airbus 320, né, cara? No Airbus 330 é outra aeronave completamente diferente. Approach checklist.
Burrow reference.
QNH 1012.
QNH 1020. Seat belts.
On.
Minimum.
Barrel 535 feet.
Auto brake.
Low.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Tripulação, preparar para o pouso.
Iniciando o ILS Whisky Pistão no Uno em Manaus, o azul 4003. Autos e aviones. Hello, brother. Alt constraint. Descent low.
Por motivos de
2000.
segurança, as tomadas serão desligadas para o pouso. Por favor, pedimos que desconectem os carregadores e equipamentos eletrônicos. Por favor,
Glide lock blue, Capri Duo, Autopilot 1+2.
na vertical.
Check.
Traga sua mesinha e grandes equipamentos eletrônicos devem ser guardados. Tripulação em seus assentos.
Bueno.
Cheque de cabine ok. Bom pouso.
Thank you. Exactly. Stereo cockpit. Below 10,000 feet, only things that are related to the flight or the safety of the flight will be speaked here, will talk here in the cockpit. Glide star, lock star.
Checked.
Go around just to 4,000. And there our destination. Nice weather here. Manaus Tower, good afternoon. ASUS 4013 on short final runway 11.
ASUS 40113, clear to land, runway 11, wind is 030, 04 knots, just scan a 1012.
Clear to land runway 11, ASUS 4013. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Checked. Souza Ribeiro, hello. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
It's a flaps 3. I forgot.
2000.
Passing Echo Golf 003.
Azul 4013,
1,940
turn right heading
feet.
205, climb to flight level 225, clear to land runway 11.
Clear to land runway 1.
Azul
Gear down.
4013, this is
Gear
Manaus
down.
Control on 129 or decimal 8, please repeat your request.
4013, establish on final.
Azul 4013, contact tower on 118.3. Enjoy your evening.
180 small 3. Just mix the order here. Flaps 2 and then gear down. I inverted. 4013, establish on final.
4013, cleared to land runway 11.
Clear, 11. $1,000 stable. Nice to see that bridge. Let's go. Autopilot off. Cat 1.
Checked.
Flight directors off.
Flight directors off.
Bird on. Bird on.
Bird on.
And set for runway track 107. It's there.
4. 100 above.
Checked.
4. 300. Minimum.
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5. Retard. Retard.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Azul 4013 exit runway when able.
70 knots.
Checked.
ASUS 4013, welcome to Manaus. Vacate heading your left, Bravo.
Retard. Retard.
And we're gonna start. This one off. Whoops. Going up. Clear right side.
Clear left side.
Chegamos ao nosso destino. Permaneça com seu cinteiro afivelado até que a aeronave pare completamente e os avisos luminosos de afivelar cinteiro se apaguem. Tenha cuidado ao abrir os compartimentos superiores e lembre-se de levar TO dos seus pertences. A partir de agora, você já pode usar o seu celular. Observe as restrições nesse aeroporto. Só comer nas áreas permitidas. Desejamos que você tenha
4013, request taxi.
4013, this is Eduardo Gomez Tower on 118.3. Please repeat your request.
4013, request taxi.
Azul 4013, contact Eduardo Gomez ground on 121.9 for taxi clearance.
1219er. Show you have set up your cockpit, the stick and throttle. Vanish, we have everything on the description of this live stream. Everything that I use here, the joysticks that I created myself, is not something that you can buy. I created my joysticks because I would like to use Hall sensors, not potentiometers, to have more preciseness. So that's why I created my own joysticks. And it's all in the description of the video. 4013, request taxi.
4013, taxi to gate 14 by taxiways Bravo, runway 28 Alpha, hold short runway 29, and runway 11.
4013, request taxi to gate 15.
Prefeito táxi via Bravo, April 1.
April 1, Bravo. E agora é só ver que o colega acabou de conectar só para controlar a gente e ele já vai desconectar já. Tão triste ver isso, né, Val, cara? The clear right and clear left commands are all done by VoiceAttack. Shutdown tube. Electrical pump on. Start. In a few seconds we're gonna see the replay of the landing. Clear right side.
Clear left side.
here we are, gate 15. Lights off, please. Brake fan, and let's go.
Vision 4013.
Stand by. 2000. E agora o coleguinha desconecta da Ival. Ele nunca quis controlar, ele quis controlar alguém que estava fazendo live. Ah, então, beacon off. Aliás, beacon off o caramba. Things to do, maintenance, ground control, 2. Shutdown de 2. Parking checklist.
Parking brake or chocks.
Parking brake set.
Engines.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Navigable.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Yellow electrical pump.
Off.
ATC.
Standby.
Parking checklist completed.
That's it. Brake fan off. No, brake fan on. Maintain.
Cabine, ARZOPA.
VoiceAttack, tudo bem?
Tô ótimo. E vocês?
Very good, too.
Sejam bem-vindos.
Thank you.
Como tá a máquina?
100%. No reports. Aeronave okay.
Me passa o remanescente e o óleo.
We have 4,800. The engine one is 18,000 and 19.5 in the engine.
Beleza, anotado. Vou iniciando o abastecimento com o recomendado, ok?
Thank you.
Qualquer coisa me chama.
I almost forgot the after-landing checklist, but let's see the replay now. So this means Phoenix panel state ready and activate. So let's go outside to watch the replay.
Enable.
Wow, I forgot to record the landing. That's so sad. But I think I have a landing here to show you.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
30, retard, retard.
Let's go outside. A little bit more light. And let's go. Let's change angle. Do you post all streams as videos, or are the recording flight recording specific only? We have streams, we have shorts, we have everything in this channel. Everything is there on the particularly everything that is there in the shorts and the live streams. Do you in real life are GPU connected directly after the engine shut down or shut off, or there's a transition from engine to APU? Here in Brazil, for economic costs, we almost never use APU. The APU is only used for departure. As soon as we arrive on the gate, we wait for the mechanic connected the GPU for us, and then we shut down the engines at the gate. We will stay there with the engine running until we have the GPU connected. Only for departure, probably we're gonna use the APU for start the engines. And only for about 5 minutes we use the APU to start our pushback, start engine, and then we will shut down the APU after engine start. It's really to reduce the cost at maximum. Lipzinho aí. Thiago Tete, achismo lá na Azul Virtual. Cara, eu tô sem Discord aqui, cara. Geralmente eu não uso Discord. Muito raro usar Discord. Duvido, Eric, que você fica mais que 1 hora conectado aí, cara. Duvido que você fique. Você conectou para aparecer na live aí, dar um rolê, trocar ideia com a gente. É legal, parabéns, obrigado. Well guys, that's it for today. We are finishing the stream here. Obrigado galera que acompanhou hoje. Se fala numa próxima stream aí. Obrigado, até a próxima. Tchau, tchau.